How do you like it generally here at the Biennale this year?
I cannot say so much. I came here for the Swiss pavilion that we co-curated this year. So that I can judge. I cannot have a general judgment.
Okay, so let's judge this pavilion here. What was the idea of this pavilion, of this curation this year, and what can we see here?
Well, I think this pavilion is about seeing yourself and discovering yourself. It's not so much a pavilion where I would tell you what you have to see. It's exactly that, the theme, to just see yourself. And Lucius Burkhardt and Cedric Price's contribution was much more about perceiving than about physically contributing something to the world.
So how do you let people see themselves? What kind of media did you use?
Well, you can see it's more like a theater with these trolleys where students bring in archive boxes with documents, drawings, newspaper articles, etc., explaining and what these guys have done, and trying to convey some of their political and architectural and urbanistic thinking.
Do you still remember the first time you were here at the Biennale? How old were you and what was it like?
We were actually in this pavilion. We were invited as very young architects. They found it, appropriate to invite us. We had not done so much yet, but a few buildings, and we used this space here for the first time in a public domain. And we have invited artist friends to take pictures of our buildings, so that we would not actively do something, because we found our own work was enough outside, and here we wanted other people to make their contribution.
And this year there's also a very big focus on education. How important is this Biennale for students, and should students also come here to learn about architecture?
Yeah, I think that's always important that students come to a Biennale this time or any time. I think there is I think as a student is an important moment in your life where hopefully you are more open than later, and also have more time than later, and you should take on board as much as you can to make your own opinion, because and this is also going back to the issue of this pavilion. Instead of ideologies and believing in something, I think it's very important that you learn to see with your own eyes and try to understand what you believe is important and not.